Hello, welcome to the first video in a series on resume building. This video will focus on building a generic resume using Microsoft Word. The resume we will be building is the Great Job resume that is available on meetyournewcareer.com. First, we'll click on resume writing, then resume samples. At the bottom of this, you'll find the Great Job resume. We will start with a blank Word document. You will want to make sure that you have the ruler visible. If you already have it on screen, great, but if you do not, you should go to the View menu and click on Ruler on the drop-down list. If you're working on a PC, the method is very similar. You will click on View, and then you will need to go to the Ruler checkbox and check the box in order to turn on the ruler. I'll give you a moment to do this if you need to. The next thing I'm going to do for this specific resume is change the margins. This resume uses narrow half-inch margins instead of the Microsoft Word default 1-inch margins. By decreasing the margins, I can fit everything on this resume onto one page. To change margins, I will go to Layout on the Mac. You should go to Page Layout if you're on the PC. Then I will select Margins and then select Margins Narrow. The last thing I'm going to do before starting the resume is reduce the size of the window that I am working with. This is so that you can see what the completed resume will look like. Now we will begin writing the resume. As the finalized resume on the right shows, I will begin at the top of the page with my text centered. I am copying the information from the Great Job resume. Name, John Doe, address 1234 Main Street, and so on. When you are creating a resume for yourself, you will of course use your information. However, also be aware that you want employers to be able to get a hold of you and you want employers to be impressed by you. You should ensure that the phone number provided works, that your voicemail is set up, that your voicemail box is not full, that your voice message sounds professional, and that you check all voicemails that you receive. You also want to make sure that you have a professional looking email address and that you are checking your email at least on a daily basis, if not more frequently. If you do not have a professional looking email address, you should create a new email address using a free service such as Gmail or Yahoo. Continuing with the resume, this resume uses section headers that are centered, size 14 font, bolded, and underlined. After I type out the heading of summary, I will reduce the font size, remove the bold, remove the underline, and switch the text to left margins and create a bulleted list. Not all resumes need a summary. Summaries are a way to give a quick overview of your professional accomplishments, but they do not need to be a part of every resume. We will be talking about summaries in later videos. I will type out some of each line to show you the formatting, but rather than having you watch a video of me typing, I will show you the basics and then copy and paste the information from the completed resume. Typing enter on a blank line in a bulleted list will end the bullet points. I'm going to reuse my section heading format, which was centered text, size 14 font, bold, and underline to create my next section heading, professional experience. Now that I have the professional experience heading in place, I'm going to backtrack for a moment and copy in the text for the summary. I now want to remove the special formatting of centered text, size 14 font, bold, and underlined so that I can begin including past employment information under the professional experience heading. I will first type out the job title, Customer Service Representative. I am now going to insert a special tab. Typically when you press tab, your cursor moves half an inch across the screen. However, with special tabs, you can control exactly where you want the cursor to go, and you can control the alignment of the text once you get to that point. If you look at the completed resume on the right, the dates for John Doe's employment are lined up evenly on the right side. This is done using a right tab, located on the upper left corner, directly underneath the ribbon. On a Mac, you can click on the box and your options pop up, but with the PC, you have to cycle through the options. You want right tab, which on the PC looks like a backwards capital L or an arrow pointing at the bottom left corner. Once you have this tab selected, you can place it on the ruler. For this example, I'm going to place it near the end of the ruler. Now I only have to hit tab once and my cursor will move to the end of the line. However, when I type my date, the text moves left, keeping the end of the line aligned with the right tab that I placed. As I hit enter, notice that the tab remains on the ruler. This will allow me to continue using this tab as I move to further lines on this page. I will now select underline and type the name of the company where John Doe had worked. This one is Ringy Ding Worldwide. I now will remove the underline and create a new bulleted list to highlight the job task performed. Instead of typing out these tasks, I will once again copy and paste from the completed resume. On to the next job, Retail Associate. As I explained before, the right tab is still on the ruler, so I only have to hit tab once to go to the end of the line. As I type out the date, you will see that the end of the line is aligned with the dates for the first job. I will then underline and type out the employer for the second job. This one is Eddie Bow Wow. I will remove the underline and start a new bulleted list. Again, rather than having you watch me type, I will go ahead and copy and paste the job task for the Eddie Bow Wow Retail Associate job. The final job is a laborer at Bigger Heavy Stuff. I will once again just hit tab once to be able to enter the dates, and I will once again skip ahead rather than typing out each one of these lines. We have now made it to the final heading for this resume. We once again want the text to be centered, to be size 14 font, and the text to be bolded and underlined. Type out the heading name, Education and Certifications, and then hit enter. Turn the text back to left, size 12, not bold, not underline. I would do one last copy and paste to insert the education and certification information, and now the sample resume is complete. From here, you could take this resume and change it for yourself. Change the name from John Doe to your name, put in your contact information, your summary, your work history, and education and certifications. However, I would encourage you to keep watching this video series and create an even better resume for yourself. Thank you for watching.